3, 2, 1, go.
I didn't go.
Damn it.
I hit the button, but nothing happened.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
You're fine. I fucked up.
Okay, you didn't. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. Now we're cooking with Pam.
Is your mic unmuted?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, how the heck are ya?
You good, how are you?
Oh my god, we have so much shit going on.
Listen, man, I would have been over yesterday. My kid woke up with the worst diaper rash I've ever seen in my life.
No, you're fine. That's what I'm saying. Like, we both end up just having so much shit going on.
You know, we need to actually take a day
Yeah.
and just film like 17 podcast episodes
In one day.
in one day.
That is the only thing that sucks. Is like life just gets in the way, and it's like you're exactly right. We just need to take one singular day and just film a shit ton, so we can have at least like 3 to 4 episodes just on standby, ready to fucking rumble.
What we should have done is we should have started recording episodes and then didn't start releasing episodes till a month after we started recording.
Yeah, we should have.
That's how the real podcasters do it.
We wing it.
We're just 2 bitches with USB mics from fucking Best Buy.
We're just 2 bitches with a dream, you know? So welcome back to our podcast. Now that we bring that up. Yeah, like I said, we just like genuinely like there's just so much things going on in each of our lives because we both just really love to bite off more than we can chew.
Well, because believe it or not, Lacey and I are not together 24/7.
No, we're really
I think
not.
some people just assume that we are attachments of each other. Case in point, Busty came over the other day and was like, "Where's Lacey?" I'm like, I don't know. Probably doing what Lacey wants to do.
It is a weird weekend if I, like, it is weird, like, when I go a longer period of time without hanging out with you, but, like, that is true, like, we do have separate things, like, I obviously was like, hey, kid, do you want to try to film today? And you're like, my kid, and I'm like, I get it, like, I don't get it because I don't have kids, but, like, I also understand at least to the point of, like, no pressure.
Right.
Because I also was doing a bunch of random shit this week, because I have spent all of my money, every dime, because I've been working hard to get the trailer ready for the meetup and working on my website because I actually, your mom was so right, GoDaddy is way easier. And so
Joe Heather knows her shit.
I know. I don't know why, but my problem was like as somebody with anxiety, big projects like that seem really scary, and so like I just put them off, like I get scared of them, and then once I finally attack them, I feel like an idiot because I'm like, that was so easy. Why didn't I do this sooner?
Yep.
But that's just the way my brain works. It's like, it seems, oh, scary.
Brain is broken.
Yeah. You smell illness.
No. It's definitely easier to just do it yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And, like, it really, for anyone out there who might have a business, let me tell you, I never shit on Etsy because I don't think that Etsy is a terrible platform for, like, taking money and, like, taking fees because they do make it quite easy. And if you're somebody who Etsy is where you get your sales because they will advertise and they do stuff like that. Etsy's still like, I'm not shitting on them. But for me, I don't think any percentage of my Etsy sales come from Etsy. I think it all comes from my own social media platforms. So it is hard because like looking at it, like literally for one transaction, there's 3 separate fees that come out. And it's like, I don't know if I'm making money. Like on my sweatshirts, I told my live, I was like, I sure made no money. I broke even and I hated the price I had to make my sweatshirts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't do shit like that, so.
But it's just weird because like I've just been having like a lot of like aha moments because like normally like with the trailer and everything it's just coming together, but like at the same time I'm also just like, when do I have time to breathe?
I feel that.
And like you have all your stuff as well because I mean you were juggling child, job, other job, and just life, and then you got hit with your jaw wanting to fuck up.
Yeah.
And so that takes a huge...
That takes a whole day out of my week. Like
Exactly.
to drive to Columbus, which is like 2 hours one way.
And then have your appointment that's usually like an hour.
Yeah, and then my doctor usually wants to talk about Adam Sandler. Because he doesn't know that his name is Adam Sandler. Or he does and just refuses to acknowledge it. A couple times ago, well, a couple visits ago, he was like, have you watched any new Adam Sandler movies? And I was like, who? Adam Sandler? I don't know.
Adam Sandler, what do you mean?
It's my favorite scent.
I love that candle.
Listen. Have you been on TikTok this morning?
Are we about to bring up the exact same thing? The Will
Will
Smith?
Smith?
That's how I want to start this podcast. So, yes, I scrolled on TikTok a little bit, and then, because, listen, this is the epitome of trying to get shit together, and, like, I literally had mentioned you, and because before you got here, I woke up, I wanted to make myself look presentable because I had just washed my hair, and then I went out and filmed a YouTube video before we film a podcast, because right after this podcast I have to go dog sit. So like I had to get everything together. But the few videos that I did watch on TikTok, I saw something and I was like, what the heck? So I literally had just, before you got here, YouTubed Will Smith and the Chris Rock thing, because I was like, what? He hit him?
I watched it from 4 different angles this morning.
I only watched one, but like I don't think I still, like, I heard the joke that upset, because, like, you could see on Jada's face that she didn't like the joke.
Yeah.
You could tell.
I didn't hear the joke, I just watched the slot part.
Oh, so he said that because Jada shaved her head.
Yeah, because she has alopecia.
Yeah, so she shaved her head, which, like, that does make sense of it being more sensitive than too, because I didn't know she had alopecia.
Yeah.
But, I mean, she looks fucking good, regardless.
Well, that's, sidebar, that's, like, a hot topic right now in, like, the hairstylist groups, because she claims to have alopecia. And if you have alopecia to the point where your hair's falling out, you will have like shiny spots on your head, and she does not have any.
Yeah.
She still has very defined follicles all over her head, so people are wondering if the alopecia thing was like real or not. But
Anyway, regardless, she looks good with a shaved head.
Yeah. I could never.
I know, me either. Goddamn egg right here. But basically, Chris Rock said that he was excited to see her in the next G.I. Jane. And you can see, like, because the one that I watched, it panned over to Jada, and you can tell, like, her face seems very, like, what, like, this is stupid, like, dumb joke. And Will laughs at it, and then it pans, and then the video I watched pans right immediately to, because I watched the Entertainment Tonight's video, and I was just like, I honestly, like, a lot of people are really upset at Will Smith. And, like, I get it, because, like, I get, like, not liking the joke, but, like, you're both grown men. Like, you should have just went up to him and been like, hey, man, that wasn't cool. And I feel like Chris Rock...
Well, he was yelling at him from the crowd.
Will was?
Yeah, he was yelling at him from the crowd. And there was a point where Chris Rock was like, okay, I don't really know what that was. And that's why I can't tell if it was real or not.
Yeah.
Because in the King Richard movie, which Will Smith won an Oscar for, he is a crazy, like, overprotective father. That's what Will Smith was crying in his acceptance speech.
Yeah.
Apologizing to the Academy or whatever because he acted that way. He's like, I guess life imitates art. You know, everyone thought King Richard, or Richard, what's his name? Based on a true story. But anyway, they thought he was crazy and overprotective father, and here I am. So I don't know if it was like a PR thing.
I don't know either, because Chris Rock took it like a champ.
He was like, whoa.
Yeah. Like, because I honestly, like, I've never really been in a physical altercation, and I can tell you right now, I'm a very passive person, you know that. So, like, I honestly would probably do the same and be like, whoa, okay.
Well, I just can't tell it. I can't tell if it's real or not.
And also, like, the open, like, was it open hand slap?
I don't know.
Because I can't really tell, because from, like, it kind of looks like it's a slap, but then
some people say he punched him, some people say he slapped. I don't know if it's real or not. And I'm gonna be really upset to find out that it's not, because I really feel like it's not.
This is gonna be another,
like, they're like, the Oscars are too boring, no one's watching.
Yeah, this is gonna be another freaking Taylor Swift moment.
That's what everybody said, is Will Smith have his Kanye moment. Because he immediately got back up there and apologized.
Yeah.
Because he won an Oscar right after.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. And I also feel like regardless of who they are, I feel like, I mean, I guess it wasn't aggressive though. Like, I feel like he should have been like, I don't know. I feel like usually at an event, if somebody gets aggressive, they're like escorted out. You know what I mean?
It was Will Smith.
Exactly. And it's the Oscars, so I guess they were just like, sit back down. Because he just did. He slapped him.
He slapped him and he went back down.
Yeah, like, controlled.
I'm just letting you know. It's on site.
I don't know. Because some people are claiming that he was like he did that because of Jada, like, because it was, like, I mean, that is factual. Like, you can tell on her face that she did not like the joke, that she was not a fan.
She's a very serious person, though, anyway. Like, I feel like she could sit at a comedy show and keep a straight face the entire time. And being married to Will Smith, I don't understand how you do that, because I do think he's a very funny person.
Yeah.
But the whole thing, I think part of it was probably the fact that Will and Jada's life has been a big meme for the past year and a half because of the Red Table Talk.
Yeah.
Talking about, you know, telling her husband that she had an affair with Tupac, sitting across the table from your husband.
Yeah.
And all the other entanglements, that's what she called them. with other men.
Crazy.
And Will Smith just sat there and took it. And everybody, the whole internet made fun of him because he cried. Oh, he just found out his wife had more affairs than what he thought she did.
Yeah.
And how she thinks that Tupac is the real love of her life.
Yeah.
Like, hello?
That would be a little upsetting.
Yeah, and I think their whole life has just been a meme for the past year and a half. Maybe he's just fucking tired of it.
Yeah.
Chris Rock, get it together. You think you got balls because you're the fucking zebra from Madagascar? Get the fuck out.
Marty.
Get the fuck out of here, Marty.
Oh my goodness. It was just crazy. But literally that was like the thing I was thinking of. I was like, oh my gosh, we should talk about that when we start out. Because like it was like all over TikTok.
Yeah.
I was just like.
I woke up at like 2 o'clock this morning. I had a notification from Apple News.
That's when you know it's serious.
Will Smith slaps Chris. I would say Kid Rock. That would be wild. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock at Oscars. And I was like, what? Why am I getting an Apple News notification? I got an Apple News notification a couple months ago. Woke me up in the middle of the night because Aisha. Is it Aisha? Fuck. What's that one basketball player?
The only female basketball player I know is Sedona Prince.
No. She's an NBA player's wife. Her husband's like really hot. He's a basketball player. Anyway, they were having an open. Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Steph Curry's wife. Is it Aisha?
I'm not sure.
Alicia? They had an open marriage, and Apple News felt the need to wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell me that. And I was like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
And you can't unsubscribe from Apple News because it's on your phone.
Yeah. It's like, why? Why is this?
I don't give a fuck if they're fucking monkeys.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you're fucking bears in the woods. I don't want to know about it at 3 a.m.
Yeah. I don't know
I mean,
what.
you shouldn't be fucking monkeys or bears.
Yeah, don't do that. Please don't.
If you do, please don't talk about it.
Keep that to yourself.
I wouldn't even talk about that in therapy. You keep that to your damn self. But I woke up and Caleb's like, what are you doing? Because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just sitting up in bed reading a news article. And I was like, Will Smith punched Chris Rock in the face. He's like, okay. Like, this is breaking.
I need to know.
This is breaking news right now.
I'm not gonna lie though, I definitely was like,
They're gonna up and send him to Bel Air if he keeps the shit up.
I got one little fight and my mom got scared.
Jada's gonna be like, alright, back to Bel Air you go.
One little fight.
Get out of here.
God.
Although,
Crazy.
if we want to get into it at a deeper level, what if Chris Rock and Jada had a thing at one point?
Dun, dun,
She didn't talk it on the Red Table Talk. But, like, what if they did?
That, I mean,
I think Chris Rock is a little bit younger than her, but I'm just saying.
yeah.
She liked young, attractive black men. She made that very clear.
Who knows?
Will Smith was great. Did you know that Vince Vaughn was hot?
When he was younger?
Yes.
Oh, probably. He has that vibe.
I saw pictures of him before he was like Vince Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Yeah.
I feel like I have been gypped. Because, like, I think he's attractive now.
Yeah.
Not, obviously, it's not like a physical thing. It's more of a, he's just really fucking funny.
Yeah.
And I'm really upset that he's not in movies anymore. Like, I don't know what he did. Or would be pissed off.
Yeah.
Maybe he punched somebody at the Oscars and we just never know about it.
Because we didn't watch the Oscars.
Right. No, I'll never miss the Oscars.
I know, I didn't know
it was a PR stunt. Who watches the Oscars?
No one.
Who fucking watches the Oscars?
Old people.
I don't even watch music award shows anymore because
No.
I'm an adult. So, like, maybe they were like, hey man, you gotta get more clicks.
Because I'm an adult and I go, there's too many goddamn commercials. Like, I am an adult.
But no, if there's anything you look up today, you need to look up Young Vince Vaughn. Because, oh my god.
Listen, you're going to take the show for just a second because I have to blow my nose.
Okay, Lizzie's gonna blow her nose. It's very aggressive. She likes to toot her own horn. Toot toot. But, yeah. Young Vince Vaughn is just breathtaking. I was in the salon. I was putting my client under the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
I just put her on the dryer. I got my phone out because I had a notification on Facebook. And of course I have to check it because I'm 65.
Yep.
And I open it up and the first thing that pops up is like, it's all these headshots from all these well-known actors and actresses from their first like auditions.
Oh, gotcha.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Mm-hmm.
People think he's unattractive now. Y'all should look up the original Goddamn. Man is ugly. Ugly. I think Billy Bob Thornton's very attractive because I like old ass men.
Because you're 60.
Because I'm 65. But I think he's funny also. But like the picture that I saw,
It is insane
was so crazy.
what a sense of humor will do to a man.
Yeah, for real. And then women have to be hot.
Yeah. I had one guy.
Stupid.
Listen. So I don't know what this whole interaction is, but like I gotta talk about it because of the thing he said last night. So there's like, I usually read most of the DMs that I get on Instagram. TikTok's weird and like it's all just people sending me cow videos, so like I don't usually check those. But Instagram I check because I don't get that many DMs because I'm not hot. Like, you know what I mean? And one was like this genuinely nice comment because somebody had like replied to a story and was like, you're very effortlessly funny. That was very nice. So I just respond back and I'm like, oh, thank you. Because I do have to watch, because like that's the only bad thing about opening DMs, and that's what I have learned, because I used to open every single one. It gives them a direct means of communication, and children, like I don't want to DM children regardless. Like I'm sorry if you're a child and you're a fan of me, but that's an unfair power dynamic, and I wouldn't want my kid, even if they were 17, talking to a 25-year-old that they don't know. So I'm sorry, but if I can tell your age and I know you're a child, I'm not talking to you. I'm sorry, but like it's inappropriate. I'm 25 years old.
Right.
So James Charles, take notes. So anyway, so I was just like, oh, thank you very much, and like we just talked back and forth, and it was kind of interesting because like he's from UK, I think, England, somewhere over there, and but last night he compliments me a lot, and like I don't know what he's doing, because I'm like, are you trying to talk to me like in a sense of like talking?
Well, compliment in black. I want to go see the Queen before she dies.
I can't though, because he was such a fucking douchebag last night.
Oh my god. He got messed up teeth anyway.
No, he doesn't. Oh.
He can't be from there then. No offense.
He's half German.
Why?
Listen, I asked him where he's from, and he gave me his nationality, and I'm like, that's never been like.
ASLN.
He was like, I'm half German and half British. And I'm like, I wanted to know.
Where do you reside, sir?
That's what I meant. Because
Do you live in Buckingham Palace?
like, I've never walked up to a person and been like, where are you from? And they've been like, well, actually, I'm 63% Scandinavian. Like, what the fuck? Like, I just meant, like,
What's that fucking thing where you can find out your nationality?
23andMe.
Here's my 23 years old. My address is on it, but that doesn't concern me. It's just, this is where I'm from. These are my people. Who the fuck says that?
First red flag. No, I'm just kidding. But
German, or the fact that he told you that he was half German? Half English when you asked where he was from. Which one?
so strange. Okay. And so then last night he's like was talking about something, and I had said something, and he was like, wow, you're so funny. He's like, normally girls are just talking about how hilarious I am, but you don't even give me a chance to stop
shut
shy.
the fuck up, bro.
Shit you not. And I was like,
funny looking. You commented on the fact that I was effortlessly funny, and now you're offended that I'm too funny?
like, and I don't know, like, I just don't get it. But like, he also tried to mansplain me because he thought that I didn't know about, like, because he does Bitcoin and shit. He's really into that shit. And he was like talking about like everything, and I was like, I just don't, like, I was like, I really want to get into like maybe like investing at some point. I was like, but I don't want to until I know more about it and stuff. And like I told him, he was like, well then you should probably do more like investing and less like Bitcoin trends, like all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know. And he's like, do you know what I mean though? And I was like, motherfucker, you just opened Pandora's box. I am not the bitch.
It's not really busted.
I know. Red flags. But like, no, because honestly, I'm gonna compliment our friend Bustin here. I don't even think Bustin's that much of a mansplainer though. Like, this guy was like,
Bustin hasn't mansplained me in a while.
no.
I usually shut him down though every time.
Same.
So.
I can't handle it. Like, just because, like, I will admit when I don't know things about things, but I know enough, because he was like, well, what's the difference? And I'm like, Bitcoin is a constant interaction. Like, you have to watch it, and it's like the whole thing is trading. It
fluctuates.
And fluctuating. I said, versus investing is like buying stock in a company so that you buy that one time, and then when they do well, you do well. If they do bad, they do bad. So you only want to really worry about selling if they start doing bad. And he's like, oh, wow. I'm like, yeah, bitch, I know shit about fuck. I'm an adult. But also get red. But yeah, last night I just red flag.
You should make a snow NFT. Just going fat guap.
Oh god. But yeah, I still can't get over this. Where are you from? Oh, you know, well actually I'm like
Well, I'm half German.
I'm 32%. I only know some because Sam my sister did a 23andMe, and obviously, other than percentages, we should be the same thing. Did you know we're Vikings?
Yeah, I could guess by how based you are. Wouldn't you guys be the same percentage of everything?
I think so. Well, I think it like mom and dad are different, and you can get different percentages from your parents. That's what I mean. So it might be slightly off, but regardless, the whole pie is still the same. It's just what slices they are.
It's really not shocking to me that you're Viking or European.
I'm very Irish and Viking, which like honestly love the Viking energy. Well, maybe I don't. Didn't they like rape mermaids?
They did a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
They weren't great people. No offense to the Vikings out there.
I'll have to start.
And they're a terrible football team.
I'll have to start celebrating Leif Erikson Day.
Happy Leif Erikson Day.
He's Squidward. But seriously, I also loved this video because, like, obviously you can be different nationalities and you don't have to look like a leprechaun to be Irish, you know. Like, but
you know, St. Patrick wasn't even Irish.
I'm not shocked.
It's all a facade.
It's fake.
Anyways, Karen.
But there was this TikTok where I actually follow a guy who's from Ireland. Like, he's Irish, and his name's like Eric Roberts on TikTok. I just really like
He's
listening.
American.
What?
He's American.
100%. I just honestly like hearing him talk, like straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not bad to look at. And he stitched this because this one girl, and she is just like typical white girl, like, so probably fake tan, but her hair is darker. And she's like, I'm fucking Irish, and I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day. And he just goes, and I'm like, this is how tan I get with fake tan. Like, I'm Irish.
I am 2%.
I am 2% skim because you can see my veins.
I like telling people I'm offensively white.
Yeah.
People know what to say when I say I'm offensively white. I had a lady, she was like, what does that mean? I was like, what do you think it means?
It means if you put me in the sunlight, I will reflect. And you will be like,
you ever seen Twilight? I can do it without the makeup.
I sparkle, bitch. But yeah, I just was like, what in the same hell? There's just been too much chaotic things going on. Like, too many weird life events for me. I'm like, what's happening?
There was a full moon last week, so...
Maybe.
And Mercury is finally out of retrograde.
Thank God.
That happened in February.
Great. Because like I said, like I am not a TikToker who displays like I don't, cause like no, like get your back, okay? The top paid TikTokers were the ones who dance and are hot. So like I'm not, get your back, sis. But like that is obviously not my brand. I usually look like a bag of smashed assholes, and I just play with cows, and like I'm funny, so that's my brand. So I don't get a lot of DMs and stuff where men are like interested in me. So that's why when he was messaging me, I'm like, what are you doing? I've never had a guy interested in my personality.
Next time someone asks for it, I'm gonna be like, well,
I haven't done the 23andMe, but
based on my skin color,
I'm gonna say far from the equator.
How far north can you go before you get Antarctica?
Because that's where I was
I'm
at.
Icelandic.
You know,
I probably am.
Iceland and Greenland did the switch up, change up.
Yeah.
That's why they're named that way. Iceland.
Yeah, because they didn't want people to come
Yeah.
to there. They wanted to gatekeep a whole fucking island.
I love it though, honestly.
So they named, yeah, that's what they named Iceland
And then Greenland.
and Greenland
Because Greenland is all ice.
is all ice, and Iceland all green.
Yep. Switch up, change up.
Still fucking cold.
Yeah.
However,
I would love to go to Iceland.
it's farmable. It's tillable soil.
Thank you for that input, driver.
Nice loamy mix.
Beautiful.
Okay, we're gonna take a break.
Alright. and then we'll be back in a second to do stuff.
Should we tell a joke?
I don't know.
I don't know how to get you.
I don't either. I'm ironically funny. I don't do jokes.
Let's just take a break.
Yeah.
I can think of it.
We'll be back in a second. Oh my god, we're back. Like I said, it's been a cluster. It's just been a time. So no, this is what I was going to tell you, because we can officially talk about the fact that we will have Christine Snaps on our podcast.
Explain.
Me and Christine have actually been internet friends for like 2 years now, and
I was gonna say.
oh, you're good. I thought that was really.
I was scared.
I thought you were getting really emotional.
I'm getting emotional with the fact that I have to apologize to Christine as soon as she gets here.
Well, listen. Last night she asked me. She was like, "Hey, like, random question. Do you think I should buy a pair of boots so that I can like?" She's like, "Cause I know you don't wear them, but like I can't just do Crocs out in the field." And I was like, "Well, I do have boots and I do wear them." I was like, "But you would want like."
Macy's B&B comes complimentary with my boots.
I was like,
I only get once.
"Well, no, because I can also use Bob's."
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Size 12 month boots.
Well, listen. So I was like, don't feel like you have to buy a pair of boots. I was like, because I have enough boots that you could wear. I was like, or I have like, we have extra pairs. And she was like, well, do you have a women's 11 wide? And I was like, no, but I do have a men's 12, and I think that'll work. And because I was like, you could just use Bob. Because like I said, like,
Christine gets it.
yeah. But like, it was just so funny because I'm like, listen, because here's the thing, is like, she actually wants to get like a nice pair of cowboy boots.
Yeah.
And so like I told her for like a TikTok, we could take her to like Boot Barn and we could get her like a cowboy hat and like everything, and then she could take me and get a Hawaiian shirt. Like I just thought it'd be a fun little moment. And sorry, there was something on my boobie and I don't know what it is. But so I was like, don't buy those like kind of boots, because those aren't what you want to wear. Like you'll get your shit kickers covered in shit. Like you need muck boots or rain boots, and like I don't want you to buy a whole pair just for this event when you can just wear Bobs.
Right.
But then when she said size 11, I was like, okay, well this is where the internet's gonna fuck with me, because like this like person who's been my friend but like we've never met in person, I didn't know how fucking tall you are, because I didn't know what to expect. So I was like, how tall are you? She was like, out of nowhere, and she's like 5'6", and I was like, oh okay. I was like, well I'm 5'4". I was like, but just letting you know when you come to the podcast, Julia's 6 foot tall, so don't be alarmed.
I love how we're giving people trigger warnings to my height now.
Trigger warning.
We'll start putting that in the contract that we send people to be on the podcast. If you're in person, just be aware that Julia's 6 foot tall. The lady at my therapy appointment the other day was like, how tall are you? I'm like, 6 foot. She's like, I thought you were 5'5". I'm like, bitch, where? She's like, oh, I think you like 5'5", maybe 5'7". I'm like, are you fucking my ass right now? I'm sitting in a chair and we're eye to eye. I thought you were 5'5", 5'7". But you're not wrong.
The funniest thing was when I was posting videos of the cows and people thought I was 5'9". They're like, you give off really tall energy. I'm like,
it's just like the fucking streamer that we watch. He's 6'4". I would never know. He gives off such short. KYR Speedy. Sorry, but you give off short king vibes. 6'4", and I did not believe it.
I know, like I felt weird just being like, give me all of your dimensions before you come in person. Because I
make sure I have a blanket long enough for you.
Make sure the bed works.
And just short people out. Are the ceilings really high, or are you guys just really short?
But literally, it was just so funny because
when she gets here, you have to tell her that she has to shower in the upstairs. Well, I guess it wouldn't affect her that bad. She's only 5'6".
It was just so funny because she got me with, because everyone is like, you have to sit on snow, like they've been telling her. And so I was like, you need to. And she was like, we'll let Snow get a good look at me and let her decide.
I respect the fuck out of that.
I was like, it's not. I was like, Snow is 1,800 pounds. She's not going to look at you and go, oh, hell no.
It's like a hot stove massage for her. But she really doesn't feel it.
Oh, it was just so funny though, because like as soon as she said size 11, I said, is there about to be another 6 foot motherfucker in my presence? And then that podcast is going to be so fucking funny if there's going to be just 2 6 foot motherfuckers.
Me and Christine and Lacey in the middle.
Nice.
Standard.
So that's why I'm
no,
like,
Julie will forever be the awkward 6 foot tall person.
well, because like that's why I just like to let people know, because I'm like, she's a tall bitch.
Because the other 2 people we want to have on the podcast, I know for a fact Brian is not that tall.
Yeah.
The other person, Don't know, never seen her.
Me either. That's I'll just text her out of the blue. Hey, how tall are you?
You text you, hey, how tall is so-and-so? You guys are tight. How tall is she?
Have you measured her?
I know she's busty, but...
Oh,
it's so funny because they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah. But no, seriously, like, I don't know, like, just the internet misconstrues, like, how tall people are.
It really does.
And, like, I really do think that it could be alarming, because, like, if you're expecting someone who's, like, your height or something, and then they show up, and I would be like, hello. Or, like, when people are shorter than me, I'm always like, what the fuck? Because, like, I'm not, like, 5 foot, but, like, I'm also not tall. So, like, usually people are about the same height.
Anything under 6 foot is 5 foot, so everybody's short.
Yeah.
I think that's part of my problem. That's why I assume that everybody's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Like Speedy, I just assume he's like, because I'm 6 foot tall. I'm a
Yeah.
6 foot tall female.
Yeah.
Unfucking heard of.
Yeah.
There's people like me, there's people like Lacey, and then there's Sedona Prince. Okay. Those are the only 3 height options for your avatar.
Oh my god, it's just so funny though, because it is so true though. Like when you only talk online,
Yeah.
it's like
Just never a thing.
Yeah, but then it's just like I want to know what I'm getting into.
What are you guys planning on doing?
No, I just like I said, I don't know. It's weird. I'm a weird person.
I'm very excited to go to Jungle Gyms.
Same.
We only go to Jungle Gyms when Lacey has internet friends around.
I know.
I think we went one time without some. We took Kaylee.
Yep.
We can't go by ourselves.
No, we're not trusted by ourselves.
We can't go by ourselves. We took
Yeah.
the baby with us last time. Kaylee really fucked with that.
Yeah. You were like, don't. If you get the baby out, I'm like, I will literally. I know. But I love
Yeah,
her.
because she wanted to get out, and I was like, if you get her out, and she's like, I know, I have to carry it. You do. You can't put it back.
No, because she's like, I know what's going on.
My mom does that. My mom's really bad about that. She'll get her out of the stroller and I'll be like, you have to hold her if you're going to get her out because she's not going to go back in. I know. And then 10 minutes later, will you take her? She's heavy.
Yeah, she's a big bitch.
She's 30 pounds.
The picture that I had to save it because when she is sitting on her toilet, I have looked at it more times than I would like to admit. Because
Both
she's
feet in the toilet.
She is completely unhinged and she's like,
She's so funny.
she's hilarious.
I gave her, she had a diaper rash. She has a diaper rash again now, but I think that was because of a different situation. But she has decided that it has to be lactose free now. I mean, we drank lactose formula for 12 fucking months. And now, fuck dairy. So she drinks lactose free milk, which is $5 for a half fucking gallon. You know how much milk a child drinks in a week?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyway, she was having some rash issues because of the milk. So we got that all situated. She still had a rash. So I was like, okay, we'll free ball it.
Yeah.
Take the diaper off. Okay. So I took all the cloth toys out of her little playpen.
Yeah.
Only hard plastic toys. She was chilling, whatever. I put her potty in there. She was vibing, sitting on the outside of the potty. And all of a sudden she stands up and she starts screaming. She's like, ah! And Kayla's like, what's wrong with her? I'm like, she's pissing down her legs. She's never done that before. And it scared the shit out of her. And she was terrified. She was like, ah! And it was the funniest fucking thing. Because she pissed on herself. She'd never done that before. So it was like puddling at her feet. She was terrified. It was so funny.
I too would be scared.
It was so funny. I was like, this is what pregnant women feel like with their water break. Because it wasn't like a crying, like she was upset. It was like it was genuinely terrifying. So then we like cleaned it up. Caleb is also just as petrified as she is for this. So we cleaned it up, and Caleb was like, I can't believe she's pissed on the floor. I'm like, she didn't have a diaper on. She's not potty trained. What do you think she was gonna do? And
It's like having a puppy.
yeah, that's exactly what it's. Oh, you can't rub the nose. I mean, you guess you could, but. And so I cleaned it up or whatever. Well, she thought that was funny. So then she pissed again, but this time she like squat. So I'm like, she's figuring it out fast. Kayla was like, she pissed on the floor again. Yeah, she does that. She's gonna have a 10-year-old that just squats and pisses on the floor.
This is easier, Mom.
I'm gonna walk in the bathroom. It's all hardwood, it's fine. Polishes it up real nice. It was so good.
Sterile.
It was so funny. Caleb was like, what's happening? Like, she's never pissed on herself before.
This is new territory.
Oh
my
so
god, that
funny.
makes me think. You remember when Wendy was a puppy?
Yeah, she pissed in the water bowl. I was being such a good dog mom. It was when I brought Winnie back home from the pound, which is a whole different story. But I brought her back home, and I was trying because she was really skittish. She's still pretty skittish, even 2 years
She was
later,
on the
but
streets for a little bit.
She was on the streets for a little bit, so she was like, questioning everybody. And I set up a little, like, one of the automatic waterers, which I do not use with my dogs anymore for a lot of reasons. And this being the number one, because I think this was like the gallon one, so it was the smaller one. But I had it set and I had a towel underneath of it because Moxie will like fill her mouth up with water, like she's got to put out a fire, and then just drop it all the way back to her bed. And so I had it all set up. It was so nice little setup. And Winnie goes over and takes a drink, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then turns around and pisses in it, squats over it, and pisses in the water. And I'm like, what kind of territory marking are we doing? So then I'm panicking, and it's full of water. It's like a full gallon. It's full of water.
All I did to help was videotape it.
It's so. You have a video of that?
I
Yeah, you
think
do.
so.
Okay. It was so full of water, and the way those automatic waterers work is anytime water leaves the bowl, more water comes out. So I'm like, how the fuck do I clean this up? It was full. So I'm like, picked it up like this, everywhere. Water everywhere.
The big brook. Literally about to piss myself on the couch, and she's like, "This isn't funny."
She just pissed in the water. I'm like, what are you trying to do?
It was just so funny because like her energy, like she just like fucking cracked out at all times.
She really, there's something wrong with that dog. And I can tell you exactly what happened. When her brain went wrong. When she was a puppy, before she went to her not so great next home, and I will regret that for the rest of my life. They would get on the picnic table in the back porch, the big dogs would, and they would jump off. Winnie was a solid maybe 12 inches tall. And tried to do that, and bitch hit her head on concrete, and I'm pretty sure that fucked her up. I'm pretty sure that's why she is the way she is.
Oh my god, it was just one of the funniest things because it was just like, I don't know, it was just the whole energy of it, like the way she just went
It was
over there and was
chaotic.
like,
Casually just pissed in the water bowl.
yeah, of all places,
What the fuck?
piss in the water bowl.
What the fuck?
Oh,
I forgot that happened. I really did.
it was so funny, and I just remember being like, what in the actual fuck just happened?
You never know what's gonna happen in my house. And
Well-
it's so funny because I live in a subdivision,
Yeah.
so there's not a lot of excitement outside. It's always inside my house that something happens.
A lot of chaos.
It's chaotic. It's a chaotic home.
It's okay though, we just, sometimes you gotta piss on the floor.
Oh, jeez. I'm just like, I was like, what's wrong with her? She's pissing on herself. You like pissing on yourself?
Apparently he does.
That's true. Got a bad habit of peeing places.
Oh my god. I still, when you sent that picture, I was like, that is the best picture I've ever seen. She's hanging
She's
out.
so funny. How she operates is just hysterical.
Oh my god, I love her so much.
Like yesterday, she came up to me. I was sitting in the chair, and she walked up to me with her hand on her hip, at the back, and she walks with her belly.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds
She
weird,
looks like
but that's
Bert
it's the only way to describe it. She walks with her belly sticking out, and her belly leads the way. And she walks over.
She looks like a 45-year-old man with a beer gut.
No, listen. She also was only in a diaper, and her diaper was she had moved around so much that her butt crack was hanging out about an inch. So she walks over, ass crack out, hand on hip, and looks at me, and I was like, "What do you want?" And she went, "Ah!" And then she just walked away. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" This child is so concerning sometimes. And Caleb's like, "What was that?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know." She's mad at me about something, I guess. Because she's gotten a really bad habit of when you tell her no, she'll waddle over and go, and then she walks away.
She cracks me up.
She's so much
funny.
fucking attitude.
I know, it's so funny.
She's scary sometimes.
Yeah, when I lay down and she's like, ah! She just, but she threw the ball at my head.
She'll point blank throw shit at you sometimes.
Yes! Like, she is 1 year old, and I was laying down, and she had the whole thought process of going over, getting her big plastic ball, and throwing it right at my head. Like, she planned that whole thing out. She knew. And I'm like, how do you know this?
Yesterday she was in her high chair, she was eating dinner. We ate dinner kind of late. 8 o'clock dinner is pretty late for a child.
Yeah.
But she had a snack at like 6. So we were eating. I had my big breakfast for dinner. And she was done. So she was like taking food and putting it in her mouth and going, And then I'd be like, is that good? And then she'd take it out and hold it over the edge of her high chair.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, do not throw that on the floor. She'd bring it back in. And then she'd go, drop it. Uh-oh. And I'm like, you got me.
God damn it.
I really thought you were going to keep that on the tray that time.
God. She cracks me up.
She's terrifying though, genuinely terrifying sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Anything that little coming at you with that much assertion.
I have to show you this picture because I don't think I sent it to anybody. I thought she was asleep. Guess what?
She wasn't.
Was not. That was her stance and her just sippy cup, just think about life.
God.
She's such an interesting individual.
I know. She has so much personality. Like, it's insane. I do need to tell you, Piggies or Bunnies follows me on TikTok.
No, it's not.
No. If Lena followed me, I would have a full meltdown because Lena is my favorite little baby.
Lena.
I love
Piggies
Lena.
or bunnies?
But Piggies or Bunnies follows me.
Bunnies.
I followed them back and I was like, hey, I also have a toddler that chooses Piggies or Bunnies. And
she's so aggressive.
Bunnies. I know.
I want one video of her saying ice cream. Because she looks like fucking Michelle Tanner, and she sounds like her too.
But I know my period is coming soon because between the weird nipple pain, I also had I've had such an aggressive like baby fever the past couple days. Like, it's been unhealthy. Like, when me and Dad were at that thing Saturday, every single small child I saw, I made Dad look at them because I was like, like, there was one little boy that had my whole entire heart. Like, I almost asked his dad, like, do you need stepmom? Because I'm vulnerable.
I know this is your wife, but do you need a stepmom?
There was no wife. There was no female there, but it was a tractor pull, so I understand that sometimes the wives opt out of that kind of thing. But I literally just wanted to be like, do you need a stepmom? Because, like, this is the cutest fucking kid.
I'm so excited to have a little boy one day.
He took his little... I will cry. Like, I know about summer period because he just... Before the pool started, he went and stood from the little gate and Dad took his little picture. It was the cutest fucking thing.
Was he wearing a cowboy hat?
No.
Damn.
If he would have been wearing a cowboy hat,
I simply would have died.
But, like, I just told Dad, I was like, I want a little boy. Like, I know that everyone, like, all girls, like, I want a girl first. And I'm like, I want a little boy.
No, you don't. You don't want that.
I think I do.
I love my child so much. No, I'm talking about the girl. People wanting girls first.
I got you.
Having a boy first would have been completely different.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But, like, I don't know. Like, I just, their little hats and little boots. Oh my god, we went to Boot Barn and I almost bought your daughter boots.
Boot Barn.
But I didn't want to
She didn't have boots yet, and I will be buying her boots this summer because she got some cute little country girl fits that I have picked up for her.
But I wasn't sure what size to buy her. But, like,
Well, it's hard to fucking tell. She got monster feet.
Yeah.
She and Christine are probably the same size. My child does not fit into shoes. I peel the insoles out of all of her cute shoes so she can wear them a little bit longer.
Oh my god.
She's insane. She's a Hulk.
Yeah.
She's a monster.
She's literally Bert Kreischer. Her body type
prefers to be shirtless
and just
walks with the belly. God, I wish I could post her face on the internet.
I know, it's so funny.
Speaking of Bert, did you see where he... No, because you're not on Twitter anymore. He just recently discovered Mr. Beast. I had no idea who he was. And so, all of his tweets for like a solid 2 days were about Mr. Beast. Bert, where have you been for the last 5 years?
Yeah.
He's like, this Mr. Beast kid's really got to figure it out.
I was watching Tom Segura's stand-up just to get us prepared. I watched Ball Hog just to get us prepared for going and seeing him.
Is that why I made the comment earlier about the driving?
Because
it's fresh.
It was fresh in my brain.
You going to the bank? Is that what this is?
I'd like to. Is it still a bank? Yeah. But yeah, like it was just so funny because I was doing like random shit yesterday because like I counted all the plushies by hand because I wanted to have a fresh inventory, and I went through. You know, 2 of my Oswalds don't have eyes, and you know how creepy that is. I'll show you because we have to go get your shoes anyway. And I also
put my badges on. Limited edition. This is the pirated version. Harmony.
And then I also want to show
I
you.
sold separately. That's what you should put.
Put googly eyes.
You want to show me what?
My trailer too.
Okay.
Because it's so cute.
Okay.
Like I'm just planning your day. Like
You need a neon sign in there.
I already have one coming.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I ordered it, and it should be here probably tomorrow.
What's it say?
Have a piece go.
Damn.
What's
your
your
guess?
what should I get? What's up, bitches?
You need to put decals on the outside of it.
I'm going to. That's just. I want to wrap it.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. There's a guy somewhere that Dad knows that's gonna be able to do it. Dad just always has
There's
connections.
a guy somewhere that Dad knows.
Dude, Bob is the fucking man. Okay. I don't think I say it enough, but he's fucking legit.
It's pretty legit.
He's too legit to quit. Like literally with my trailer, he's been so freaking helpful because like I know how to do some stuff. Like I was able to hang stuff in there, and like the flooring was not hard, but like, and I can work a circular saw like and all those things. But the problem is we don't have the proper setup. So like my dad was just literally holding this piece of
Over
wood
his knee?
Yeah. And like that's the part that I won't do. Like if there's like proper equipment, I know how to use saws and shit. I'm also a little bitch about my eyes though. So like I will wear goggles, like full goggles. My dad's
Just
just
make
like
fucking welding helmet if you want to use a saw for real.
because I have had like I've scratched my cornea before, and I don't want to do that shit
Terrible
again.
pain.
Yeah.
Terrible pain.
The video of me. The video of me searching.
I feel like there's something in there. What? Your finger. We dug around. It's probably made my scratch cornea so much worse.
Oh my god, it's so much worse.
I thought I had an eyelash or something in my eye. I really thought I did. I thought it was an eyelash or something
That's
like
what
that.
it feels like. And then we were like, there's no way that you would have scratched your cornea 3 days after I scratched my cornea.
The exact same fucking cornea.
Yeah. Like, how does that happen?
I went to the eye doctor.
You had FOMO of my...
I went to the eye doctor because we go to the same eye doctor. And she was like, I think you scratched your cornea. She's like, it's a pretty bad scratch. Did you do something else? I was like, yeah, I dug around in it for an hour and a half.
I let my best friend get in there.
It was so bad. So bad. It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
It's so weird. The only reason I knew that I had scratched my cornea is because like I was really sensitive to the light for some reason, more sensitive than just being blue-eyed. And I'm like, why can't I like look at the sun? And well, like not. Why can't I look at you? But it was just like I was driving and it was hard to focus and stuff. So
Yeah, I sure did not drive the whole time. I feel I was like, I can't think. I now have a blind spot.
it's this whole app.
It's this whole side of my face. Speaking of Southern grandmas, did you watch Kendall's TikTok that
Yes, I fucking love her.
I got called they got Walmart mall cop, but I lost the case for it in the tornado, so I'll give you a Ziploc baggie.
I love her so much.
She's so funny.
She's so fucking funny.
That's my dog,
Mitzi.
Mitzi. How much do you want for the lawnmower? Listen, you give me whatever you want for it, but you have to get out of here fast. He is faster than he was. He will chase you. She's so fucking funny.
I love her.
God love her.
When she follows me,
My dog Mitzi. She gets a whole pack of bacon every time there's a storm.
because she gets scared.
Because she gets scared.
That's for being a brave little girl.
She gets a whole pack of bacon for being a brave little girl. It's so funny. Having Southern grandparents is exactly what it's like.
Oh yeah. I didn't really have Southern grandparents. Mine were more.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Kind of.
Yeah. Your grandpa collects random pelts that he'll find
No,
on
I'm
the
not
side.
talking about my mom's parents. I'm talking about my dad's parents.
Oh, I'm talking about your mom's.
They're legitimately from the South.
Yeah, they are.
In a lot of ways. Yike. Anyway.
Yikes. Anyway.
We need to take a break. Take a quick break, skis.
Quick little break a rake.
Come back, and then we can talk about the audacity of men.
Bitch.
Because I got some shit to say.
As we come back, I'm gonna come for your coworkers a little bit.
Which ones?
Which
ones do you want to come for?
Listen. Oh, we lost a crock. They are grown-ass women
Yeah.
sending Snapchats to a group chat
Yeah.
with other women.
Yeah.
And they use the fucking filters.
No, that wasn't.
Oh.
That was just on her Snapchat.
But they've done it before.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I've watched them. And
Brie does it. Brie does it. I'll call Brie. That's fine. Brie does it, and I think Brie does it because she's just socially awkward.
It drives me up a wall because you can't hear people. Like, don't try to tell a story with a fucking voice. Because the only time that I ever used to use filters is if I was going to put in my story and I'm like, I didn't look kind of rough today, you know? That's the only reason. Why? You're in a group chat. You're sending it to 2 people. Just fucking talk normal.
My favorite thing to do is to use one that fucks up your face when I'm talking about something serious and send it to somebody.
Yeah, because that's our mental illness.
I do that often. Yeah, that's how I cope.
So let's talk about men's audacity because this is my favorite subject.
So, I posted a TikTok. Ooh, yes! I've gotten this stupid fucking cisgendered men bullshit. I've gotten so many comments. This TikTok now has almost 600,000 views. Okay? It's got like 6,000 shares, like so many fucking comments. And I didn't expect it to because when I posted it, it set a whole day at like 14 views. And I was like, alright, cool, we'll get it next time. And it was like, 6,000 views, here you go. So, anyway, the TikTok was something about I didn't know what marriage would be like. I didn't understand when they said marriage is about compromise that it would be 2 a.m. my husband trying to have sex with me being like, not tonight, but if you bring me a cherry limeade tomorrow, then we can have sex. Okay? Funny, haha, goofy.
Just a joke. Like, that's
just
the biggest thing on TikTok is no one, like, can just take it for surface level.
Right.
And just be like, haha, funny, and move on.
So, most of the comments are all women that are married being like, yeah, well, you should shoot bigger than a cherry limeade. I got a new car. I'm like, bitch, Kia Telluride in my driveway. Let's go. And some of them are like, oh my god, can't wait to get married. If that's how easy it is, can't wait. So there's a lot of positive comments, all from the ladies and the gays. Literally.
Who are the better people? Sorry, girls, gays, and days. Way better people.
Although I did get a couple people from the Alphabet Mafia who were like, oh, so this is how straight relationships work? And I'm like, okay.
You know what? We know that yours are better. You don't
I'm in the back seat for this one. But then there are men. And one man specifically looks like Squidward and a suckerfish had a child. Okay? He looks like this. That's what he looks like. You can see his teeth at all times. And literally I go to his profile because he said, I'm glad my wife doesn't hold sex over me or something like that. And I go to his profile and the first video is him saying, due to the increase in gas prices, mustache rides are now $10, ladies. And I'm like, oh, okay, got it, Squidward, got it. And half of them were, the one guy in particular, my favorite. I took from Lacey's book and I just started pinning the comments to the top so that everybody could see them and like, sorry, but attack them. So, the one guy commented and said, you'll be the same one wondering in 6 months why your husband left you. And I was like, bet. So I simply pinned the comment to the top and I go to his profile, no videos, just a profile picture where his beard is offensively red. So I commented, aye, red beard, with the pirate flag emoji. And then let me tell you, the girls in the fucking comments pop the fuck off. So then he starts talking about how his late wife, she died in a tragic car accident. And I'm like, okay, now I kind of feel sympathetic even though you're an asshole. So I unpinned his comment. And then his next comment, you and the dumbass broad that made this video. I'm like, alright, back to the top you go. Because I like, the one girl was like, because after he brought up his dead wife, he's so fucking bad. After he brought up his dead wife, the girl's like, oh, I get it, you're jealous because her husband still has his wife. And I was like, too far. So I was like, hey, maybe don't talk about his dead wife. She's like, oh, I wasn't, he was. And I was like, okay. Over the back end. But, and then the one guy commented, motherfucker. The one guy commented, he got his, I've been circulating them. Just pinning different ones to the top. The one guy was like, with a face like that, you're lucky to have any man. I go to his profile picture, and it's a picture of a kraken. And I'm like, my comment, verbatim, if you're 12 or ugly, just say so. Deleted his comment. Yep. Immediately. Yep.
I actually am glad you brought that up because I kind of want to segue that into why I do that because I think a lot of people could see it as bullying, which would be like unproductive, you know, because like my intention is never going to be to bully people.
Right.
Here's why I do it, and it's because I think Drew Afalo has said like this exact line like pretty similar, and like I think that's where I get it from. So I don't want to think anyone to think that this is my own original thought, but she said something along the lines, which I wholeheartedly agree with, is that cis white men have gone unchecked for so fucking long.
Yep.
So for so long, they have been able to come for everything about females and other males alike. Like they've just been at the top of the food chain, and no one has checked them. No one has come back at them.
Yep.
And so my personal opinion is I will never stoop to the level of making fun of you.
Right.
Like I'm not going to, because since my videos have gotten more popularity with Snow, the only thing that people can make fun of me for is the fact that I'm not like my body isn't ideal, you know, for society. It's not perfect. And that's fine. I don't care. I've actually genuinely, like, I've never been more impressed than when I was, because, like, I'm reading DMs on Instagram and they're, like, talking about, like, how much, like, you know, you're beautiful, like, your body's perfect, blah, blah, blah. And I'm reading them like, okay, yeah, I don't care. And then I'm, like, the same way I'm reading negative ones. Like, I genuinely am happy with myself. I'm genuinely in love with myself, and I love who I am. I love my body, regardless of if it's not perfect or ideal. If you haven't noticed from my TikToks, I don't dress for the male gaze. I don't give a fuck what you're doing or looking at.
I don't know who I dress for, but something. Look at me today. I have Python print leggings.
Fucking Deathly Hollow.
Deathly Hollow socks.
Tie-dye Crocs.
And my beat up tie-dye Crocs.
With a Carhartt sweatshirt.
And a fucking wedding ring, man.
She got one.
Not one dressing like this.
But, so my purpose is because, especially like on the Snow video, has over 30 million views. Right. So men comment things like, that's a cow, ride a cow, oh, I'm so funny, and think that it's going to go unchecked because there's so many comments.
Yeah.
And they think that they can. Yep. So then I pin it,
and I just comment. To bring that up.
So then I pin it because I'm like, no. If you're going to be a shit human, people are going to see it. Right. And that's my thing. It's because I don't comment, you piece of shit. One time I did call someone a shit stain. I will take ownership for that. Not going to apologize though, because if you're going to call me fat, I think I can call you a shit stain. Because odds are you probably don't wipe properly anyway. So
take advice from a man that won't spread his cheeks in the shower with water run through. And that's gay.
Oh my god. But like seriously, that's the part that just grinds my fucking gears, because I'm like, if you're gonna sit there and have all the confidence in the world with a fucking private profile,
be a keyboard warrior,
and be a keyboard warrior, and then think you're gonna get me because you're gonna call me fat, like, sir, I know what I look like, but it's not fat. I have fat on my stomach from a hormonal imbalance, and I have to get injections in my stomach to be able to lose weight properly because my body doesn't work right. The only ones that annoy me, and they only annoy me because of the continuation of that same stigma, and I just think about how 16-year-old Lacey would have felt reading those comments, so I want to try to be there for those other 16-year-old girls. That's the part that pisses me off, because people are like, so unhealthy, like, because somebody was saying like how, because a lot of people obviously have my back and they're like, Lacey does a lot of physical shit, like she runs a whole farm and like chases cows, and they're like, chasing cows, I'd love to see that. And I'm like, you know what, you actually would, because I don't run great, okay? I can run, it's not pretty, okay? So I will let you get me there. I'm not going to post a video of me running because it's not pretty. I'm not a runner.
Did you stitch Mullet Daddy's video of him running?
I can run better than Mullet Daddy.
That's a bold statement. Out of here.
But like, that's why I do it, because I don't want people to think that I'm only giving attention to negative comments, because I don't want to start that tier of like constantly like projecting that like I won't comment to positive people who support me and I'm only going to comment. I just want attention brought to that, because there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to respond to every comment on the Snow video anyway, because there's hundreds of thousands now, I think. But like, I can, like, it's only when I see it in my notifications. Like, I'm not going through nightly, you know, that's unhealthy. But it's just when I refresh my notifications, if I see a hate comment, I go pin that son of a bitch. Because I'm like, guess what, motherfucker? You thought no one was going to see it? Now hundreds of thousands of people.
Do that. Because I didn't start getting comments like that until that video hit like 200,000 views and it already had like 100 and some comments.
They don't do it because they're scared. Because my success rate, just warning everybody who's thinking about, which no one listens to the podcast, they're all probably supportive, amazing people. But that's why I do it, because my success rate of getting motherfuckers to delete their comment, 100%.
Which pisses me off. You're going to be man enough to fucking post it.
Stand behind
it. Keep it up.
Because that's the thing, is then when I do edit with a video, or I reply with a video, then they're like,
instant delete. Yeah, because then it's a direct link.
Yeah, because I'm
to
like,
your account.
I'm like, you wanna talk about bodies? Okay, well then you better have 0% body fat. You better be the epitome of health, okay? Your body better be a goddamn temple. If you're gonna come in here and be like, you're fat, okay, fucking cool, and the sky is blue, and you're a douchebag. Where do we go from here?
One guy commented and said something about, your man will leave you for somebody else, guarantee. I go click on his profile picture, he's like he's fucking swole. And a girl commented and said, "That's pretty bold for a man with no neck." I was like, fuck.
People are savage. And like, that's the thing, like, I don't want people to bully them. Like, usually when I comment, I'm like, do you feel better?
They're
Like,
just kind of funny.
Do you feel better now? And I also, like, I'm sorry, but like, if you bring that energy, I think people are allowed to match it.
Yep.
I don't think people should like come for you and like make you feel horrible, but at the same time, you need to be checked, and that's what happens. When somebody comments something thinking, no one will see this and I get to be a little douchebag, maybe I'll get 3 of my friends to like it. And then I pin it so that now thousands of people see it, and then they're like, oh shit, people know I'm a piece of shit. And then they delete it, and like, that's, I hope, teaching them in some way.
Couple things though, if you're gonna do that, you need to have a profile picture of yourself.
Yeah.
And you need to not have a private account.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't come up in my comments with user 849725 that, oh, you're fat.
Cool!
You're probably Steven Assanti. What do you want me to do about it? Get the fuck out of here.
Ugh, it drives me up a flippin' wall. Because that's what I said, like, on my Instagram story. I'm like, it's so funny because people, like, hate on somebody's body, but, like, I love this body because I'm able to do what I do because of my body.
Yep.
When I had a couple lovely gals out here, their names are Lexi and Sky. They're both just great people, but we got together through social media because they wanted to come out because they were in the area and they're content creators. Loved meeting them, would love for them to hang out again. But they are like probably like 5, 6-ish and smaller girls, like they're smaller set. And Benny, when he was rubbing up on them, he knocked the wind out of Lexi. And I was like, that's not aggressive. And I showed her like how to lean in, and I'm like, I'm built like a goddamn brick shit house. Like, I don't get shoved like a smaller girl would get shoved. And also, when I had to take Nora to the vet, I had to get her out in and out of the truck by myself, basically. That's a 126-pound calf. That's how much some bitches weigh. I threw her in and out of that truck like it was my job. Like, I can't, I'm not dainty. I'm not a fucking little flower, okay? From the age of 6, I was out doing hard labor with cattle. Regardless of how much fat I have on my body, there's a fucking solid body under it. And I can outwork any motherfucker. Ask Bob fucking Evans, because I've actually done physical hard labor on jobs with him, and he'll choose me over half the boys my age. So,
get shit on.
I said what I said.
Basically what we're saying, if you're a cisgender man, you can just see yourself out.
Sorry, but you can. You have had the limelight for so fucking long. Take a step back.
That's really what it is, though, is that they comment those things and they think it's going to go unnoticed. I did have one girl, though, she's part of the Outfit Mafia. She's like, if your husband will get you chair, I'm like, I will, and put a wink face. I was like, oh,
thank you.
But, I really do think that they think they can comment things like that. And it really does only happen when there's, like, a shit ton of other comments that, like,
they want to hide. Because I'm sure there's several.
Also, like, if you're a man or anybody and you're making comments like that on people's videos about their weight or their appearance, I guarantee if you were in a group setting with your friends and you made a comment about somebody like that in real life, you would not get the reaction that you think you're going to get.
No. It's not funny to bully people. You have no idea what somebody's health issues are. And, like, also, like, I'm just so tired of the fat phobic blanketed by, like, we're just worried about your health. No, you're fucking not. You're fat phobic. No, you're not. Because what does my health have to do with you?
It does not fucking affect you.
It doesn't affect you. Because somebody was like, on Facebook, that's the part that really got me, and that's a whole nother, we could honestly go, and we don't have the time with the whole Tyler video fiasco that happened with them, but like, that's the part that upset me, is because then people thinking, oh, this is not the creator, this is a blanket page with 7.9 million views, the person isn't going to see it, so then I made sure to comment back to those, because one person was like, oh, she's probably going to die of diabetes before the cow gets her, and I'm like, sis, so funny of you to say that when I actually have low blood sugar. Like, I actually, when I go to the doctor's like, do you run? And I go, run.
Poorly.
I mean, I can if someone's chasing me, but I really prefer not to. But it just pisses me off. Because I do, like, I eat pretty well. I do get regular exercise, and I do treat my body well. But because of the fact that I don't look like what the perfect peak, because like I said, I could talk for hours, because so many people, like when I used to work at the bank, I was the heaviest teller, but like none of those girls drank water. Like literally it was morning coffee, lunch they had pop, and I was like,
where's your water?
And like they would get like McDonald's or other fast food, I'd be eating fucking salads or like a sandwich and maybe some fruits, and they're just, and I'm over here not being able to lose weight, and they're just still, and I'm like, y'all really don't understand that skinny doesn't equal health, and fat doesn't equal unhealthy. Like, y'all have no fucking idea.
You know, it used to be the fat people that were the richest. I'm just saying. Do your fucking history research. All the fat people were in power. Skinny bitches like you dance for me.
That's such a bold statement.
Skinny people like you
dance for me.
That's what they did. Be a big old fat person all thrown somewhere. Like court jesters weren't fat. Go to the fucking Renaissance Fair. It's accurate. I don't know. Never been. There's other people there that wear elf ears. Anyway, men, fuck off.
Yeah. Because that's, let me tell you, that's
think you're funny? Fuck off.
Which, a random sidebar, because I was thinking about this and then it left me in my brain because, you know, ADHD.
Right.
When we were trying to think of a joke, have you ever been introduced as a funny friend?
Yeah.
I hate that. The number one way for me to not want to be your friend anymore is introduce me as like being funny. Because then, dumbass, non-funny people are like, really? Tell me a joke. Like I'm a goddamn court jester. Like I don't just like have a clown like, well hold on, let me get my props. Like no. Like I think a lot of the people who are genuinely like funny, it's just in their like mannerisms, the way they talk, the way they tell stories. Like I don't sit and have like 1001 joke book that I'm just like ready to go.
Like I'm very much storyteller type of funny.
Same.
If anything would make me able to do like a stand-up comedy show, it'd be my storytelling, and that would be it. I cannot sit down and like, it's not like that. I have to be in a situation where things arise, and it's not even me, it's my trauma. That's funny. But yeah, people, I
hate that.
I had a client sit down on a chair and she brought a friend with her. She was like, this is Julie, she does my hair, she's really funny. And her was like, oh, really? And I was like,
now you
want me to perform?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
You don't pay me to perform, you pay me to do your hair. That's going to be extra for the show.
If you laugh more than twice, it's extra.
Yeah, so make it count. It's crazy.
I have definitely been introduced as the funny person.
Hate it.
And it's weird because I do think I'm funny.
Yeah, same.
But I know I'm not funny all the time.
Yeah, like there's sometimes where I'm serious. Well, that's like something that Christine was like really honing, and she's like, I'm kind of a shy person.
Same.
And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm not. I am different than you two in that aspect where I'm very extroverted off the bat.
I have to feel people out, strongly feel them out before I will like.
Yeah. Which
is why Mike thought it was so funny that I loved Shelby right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because he literally, he brought Shelby to hang out. He's like, Julie's gonna be there. She's probably gonna fucking hate you, so don't think I know it. And I fucking loved her from the get go. And he was like, what?
But that's just the funny thing is like that's why I give people a warning on Julie because I'm like, listen, she's gonna have to make sure like she.
If I wasn't 6 foot tall, it wouldn't be that bad.
If it was me doing that, it would just be like, oh okay. But the fact that you're 6 foot tall, she's me.
I'm really not. Well, sometimes, but no, I have to fill you out. That's why, like, when we used to party and stuff like that, I was not going out talking, no. I want to talk to people that I know.
I'll talk to a brick wall for the whole conversation.
Right. But, like, Caleb's friend that's getting married.
Yes.
He thought I hated his fiancée when she first came to the friend group, which I did not.
No.
I really didn't. And I tried to convince him of that, and I cannot. And he's like, no, you did. And I'm like, no, I really didn't. I think she's a wonderful person. I think she's probably one of the best people to come out of having parties in your basement.
Yeah.
But, and it was because like
it's because you're intimidating.
I don't enjoy the party atmosphere of having to be like, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
I would rather, make sure you're gonna stick around before I try to form a friendship with you.
Yeah. And that's the thing with a lot of people is just like feeling them out. It's something that I need to be a little bit better about because I'm too much. I'm not one of those people that's immediately like, oh my god, we're besties now and like we're gonna hang out all the time. I don't do that, but I am just very open.
Right.
Like I'm very accepting and just like here.
Yeah, I definitely have to make sure it's worth my time to get to know you.
Sorry, I'm just double checking.
That makes sense.
Don't want to fucking fuck up,
The few times it happened like you has always fucked me over.
Yeah.
Except with like 2 people that I can think of.
Yeah. Which I have been screwed over multiple times. So. But, it's okay. We learn, we live.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah. That's what I should have got my neon sign. Live, laugh, love. I would not have paid money for that, I'm sorry. If someone would have said that, 100% I would hang it up. Which don't send that because those are expensive, so no one get that idea. But it is,
What was that thing that was going around TikTok? Fuck!
Something.
What was it?
Live.
Alive.
Aha. Fuck. Yeah, that one I would definitely hang.
I would hang that anywhere.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I just, men's audacity and just,
basically what you should get from today's episode is Young Vince Vaughn was hot as fuck.
yeah,
Babies are terrified the first time they pee on themselves.
yes.
And cisgendered straight men can get shit on.
Men in cages 2022. I said it in 2020. I still stand by it. We should put them in cages.
I strongly believe that we should bury them all underground. Like mole people, keep them underground, and then only bring the smartest, educated, most strongest men up.
Make them start
To
fighting.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like the Amazon women. Like the tribes that are just women.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Fuck the men.
Honestly, this is a random thought that end the show off with, but like we can go in more detail with you and I when we go do the random shit we have to do. I had a dream that I was a lesbian and I woke up upset that it wasn't true.
I've been there.
Like I had a lesbian sex dream and I woke up like, am I into that? Can I be into that? Seriously, like I say it and I don't want it to ever be like a joke or insensitive to the LGBTQ community, but like when I say with my whole chest, like I know that sexuality is not a choice. I know it's not, and I know that is a joke, but it's like that's all the fucking facts people need. Like if you're like it's a joke, no, it's fucking not, because I would not have chosen men.
The only part of sexuality that's a choice is who you choose to be sexual with.
Yeah. You don't choose who you're attracted
No.
to. Because the fact that I still want to talk to men, and the fact that around the period I'm just like, I just want a man to cuddle, and then like the rest of the month I'm like, no.
Don't even look my direction.
Don't even look at me.
Disgusting.
But yeah, that's all the time we have for today.
Yep. This episode's late. We're sorry. We're not really sorry.
It's life, you know?
You're getting it anyway. Get off my back.
But we hope you guys have a fantastic week. All our socials are down below that you can check them out. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully we can get our shit together and find a day where we can film a lot. But if not, just be okay with our schedule because, you know, we're real people doing this shit.
Yeah, and don't comment shit like consistency is key, okay? Get shit on. Goodbye.